Hi, in the previous video we looked at a sequential circuit and we got the truth table for that sequential circuit, right? And I left half or more than half of it to you to do, and I'm hoping that you have done that and you've got the solutions for that. And that truth table probably looks like this, okay? Now what I want to do in this video is I want to transform this truth table into a slightly different format. Okay, so uh, think of the states of the flip flops or the outputs of the flip flops as the present state of your circuit. Okay, so in that case your present state can have four different values, right? You can have x equal to 0, y equal to 0. You can have 0 1. You can have 1 0, 1 0, and you can have 1 1. Okay, so you can have these four different states uh, in your circuit. And what you can then say is, depending on what the input is, if the input is 0 or the input is 1, you go to a new state, right? So let's take, for example, you say you are in state 0 0 and you get an input of 0. Which state do you go to? You go to this next state is 1 1, right? So you go to 1 1. What if you were in state 0 0 and you get an input of 1? Which state do you go to? You still go to 1 1. If you were in state 0 1 and you get an input of 0, you go to the state 1 1. And if you get an input of 1 when you are at 0 1, you go to the state 0 1. So you remain basically in the same state. Okay, similarly you can write the state corresponding to the state 1 0 and input 0 is 1 0. Oops, 0. And then you can you can just look this up, but you'll get state 0 1 here, and then again you get a state of, so if when you are at 1 1 and you get an input 0, your next state is going to be 1 0 1 0. And when you are at 1 1 and you get a input of 1, so 1 1 input of 1, you go to a state 0 1. Okay, and each of these is also associated with a particular output. So 0 0 with input 0 gives you output 1, then you get 0 here, 0 1. Now take a look, what's the value that you get here? This is x, y is 1 0 and a is 0. So 1 0 0, your output is 0. Okay, am I right? 1 0 and your input is 0. Yeah, you get output 0, and then you get 1 0 1, you get an output of 1, and then you have an 1 1 input of 0, you get 0 here, oh, you get 0 here, and you get 1 1 1, you get a 1 here. Okay, so what we have traced right now is the fact that uh, given an input, there are two kinds of changes that happens in the circuit that we had in the last video. One is we have a change of the state of the circuit itself. So the outputs X, Y change, but along with that, the output B also changes. And we just captured that in this video. And what this, in this table, and what this table helps us to do is it helps us to draw a state diagram, and we'll do that in the next video. A state diagram is basically a diagram that shows how the states change and what are the outputs associated with different states and different inputs. We'll take a look at that in the next video.